Hi, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to share a very interesting short story with you, and the topic of this video will be how to overcome the biggest learning obstacle. My name is Darren, and I'm the English tutor from EnglishTuition.org. Now, when I was still teaching in school, something interesting happened. The principal at that time wanted to come up with a plan to ensure that our students only eat healthy stuff, because his thinking was that if there's only healthy food that's available to the students, then that's the only type of food that our students can access, and as a result they will be healthier and have more energy and be able to cope better with their learning. At least that's the plan. So he started working with the food vendors to ensure that the food stores only sell a certain type of food. So for example, you cannot go to a store and just order fried chicken. In fact, that's taken off the menu. And you cannot just go to a store and order meat, okay, just because you don't eat vegetables, because it comes in a set. So you have to have a balanced meal. In fact, you are forced to have a balanced meal. Okay, so you can't really go there and just cherry pick what you like. And that's coming from the thinking that our students do not yet have the discipline and the knowledge to make very good food choices. So what happened was that because I was teaching in a secondary school, many of the students, they are not really young kids anymore. So when they see this being put in place, they see as a form of control, right? And as we already know, teenagers don't like people to control them. They see it as some intrusion into their privacy, or taking away the thing that they value most, which is their own personal freedom. So their thinking is that what? Now I can't even eat what I want to eat, right? Even when I'm in school. Okay, why do you even have to go to the extent as to control what I can order at the school canteen? And so what some of the older students did was that they started a WhatsApp group, okay, and they started taking orders from their classmates. Okay, I know because one day when I walked into the class that I was teaching, I saw by the window there's a row of tables there, and then I saw these packets of food that were there. So I just asked the student, "What is this? How come there's so many packets of food in the classroom?" And one of the students just sheepishly replied to me and said that, "Oh, that's the food that they ordered from outside the school, because now the food in the school canteen sucks and they can no longer live with that." So they started this WhatsApp group, and somebody started taking orders. So what they ordered was like food like nasi briyani, right, nasi lemak, stuff that they like from outside hawker centers before they come to school. And then during recess, I've never seen a class so united. All of them were sitting at the same table, right? Because they have to distribute the food package, right? And the entire class was eating together, okay, at the same table. So the point of sharing this short story is that sometimes there's only so much we can do where we want to help somebody with an external system or an external plan. So this is something that the principal has implemented, which in my opinion has failed to a certain extent, because the students do continue to have access to unhealthy food, because that's the food choices that they make. They just choose to buy it from outside instead of buying it from the school canteen. So here's the simple truth, right? The biggest enemy is not something or someone that is outside of us. Okay, in other words, it's not something that is external. It's within us. It's us. Okay, so if we can understand that, right, then at least we can start from the right starting point. It's good to have these plans in place, to try and support us, to try to support our ideals. Okay, but at the end of the day, we have to realize that these plans, these support systems only work to a certain extent if we buy into these systems, right? In other words, we still have more work to do intrinsically, okay, to try and convince ourselves that these choices are actually good for us. So as a teacher, I think that's very important that we can try and put in more effort to try and convince and persuade the students that whatever that we are doing is good for them. Because I think one of the part of the reason why the plan is failing is because no one has taken the time to go and explain to them, right, the rationale behind doing this, okay, and by restricting the food choices, what are the bad consequences and what good can come out of it, right? So if these steps have been taken over a period of time instead of just one lesson, I think then the plan has a much greater chance of success. So I think if we can identify the limits that are within ourselves, then we can start working on them and as a result achieve more. So to sum up this video, I think it's always not very good to blame someone or somebody else, okay, that is outside of us when we don't get what we want. So I think as Singaporeans, we have a very high tendency of doing that because it has kind of become a culture, right? That when something bad happens, right, if I don't get the results that I'm after, that I want to blame someone or something else, right? I want to blame the school, I want to blame the teacher, I want to blame the teaching method or whatever, right, that is outside of us. But we have to understand that at the end of the day, we need to recognize these limits that are within us, okay, and we should look within ourselves because once again, the biggest enemy is not someone or something out there, right? It's us. So yeah, that's all I have in this video. Hope you think that there's something useful in it. If you like the video, thumbs up. Dislike it, thumbs down. If you like to view future videos just like this one, just head up to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, or follow us on our Facebook page. I'll leave the links in the video description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.